Welcome to the Travel Transformation Podcast, the podcast that explores the life-changing potential of solo travel, intentional travel, and location-independent working. Whether you're an aspiring digital nomad or simply want to boost your confidence through epic travel experiences, I'm here to motivate and inspire you to go after all your wildest dreams. I'm Jessica Grace Coleman, author, travel transformation coach, founder of Flip the Script Travel Transformation Services, and your host for the Travel Transformation Podcast. Travel changed my life. Now let's change yours. You ready? Let's go. Hi, and welcome to today's episode of the Travel Transformation Podcast. I'm Jessica Grace Coleman, your host, and today I'm going to be going through a blog post I wrote a few months ago called 10 Ways Solo Travel Has Changed My Life. If you want to look at my blog, you can find it at traveltransformationcoach.com/blog. But for now, I'm just going to go through the 10 points and embellish on them a little bit. This will just be a quick episode. I want to do some quick ones mixed in with the long rambling ones. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so the number one way that solo travel has changed my life is that I am so much more capable than I think I am. I'm capable of travelling on my own, of organising all the logistics of travel, of solving problems on the road, of making new friends and trying new things. And here's the thing, you are too. You are far more capable than you think, and it isn't often until we start doing things and trying new things and putting ourselves out there and stepping outside our comfort zones that we actually realise just how capable of everything we are, really. I've always loved planning and booking trips and organising things. I've always been that one who has come up with an itinerary for a weekend away or a 2-week road trip, whatever it might be, and I'm going to go into some of those itineraries in different episodes because I found one recently for our Halloween road trip that we did around New England a few years ago. That was my best trip ever, really, and my best road trip I've ever been on. So I want to share that with other people to let them know what we did and how fun it was. So I've always been totally fine and happy to book and plan and organise trips. I really enjoy that part of it. I think it sort of adds to the anticipation and you can get really excited about it before you go. But when you add in solo travel to it, it's a whole other ballgame. I can still organise and book the trips fine. I can do all that on my computer from wherever I am. But when you actually have to go on your own and turn up to places alone, especially when you're turning up to a co-living house with 15 or 16 other people and you know no one, it can be a little daunting. But I did it. I went out there, I did it, I made friends, I did so many things I didn't think I'd be capable of. I talked about some of that in my intro episode, in particular the public speaking fear that I have. And yeah, it just shows you just how capable you are. And once you've done that, in the future, you'll be more likely to try new things, put yourself out there, step outside your comfort zone, because you know that you can handle pretty much anything. And that is a good thing to know about yourself, not just for travel, but for life in general. Okay, number 2 is I am way more confident than I used to be, or than I tell myself I am, or than I give myself credit for. This has always been a limiting belief for me, that I'm not confident enough to do things. I'm not confident to do public speaking, that I'm not confident to put myself out there, that I'm not confident to go travelling on my own. And the fact that I did it shows me that actually I am confident enough to do those things. And knowing that going forward into the future, that just means that I'm more likely to try new things, because I know that the stories I've been telling myself about how confident I'm not are all a load of crap, basically. So that was number 2. In a similar vein, number 3 is I can do things I've been telling myself my whole life I can't do, such as the public speaking thing, leading workshops, reading my own writing in front of other people. It's been a huge limiting belief for me, and I've never tried to overcome it before because I was just so terrified, basically. But if I can do this, then I can do other things that I've been telling myself I can't do as well. You just have to go for it, feel the fear, do it anyway, and yeah, just get it done. Number 4 is travelling and living with digital nomads really opens your eyes to all the different ways there are of working remotely, not to mention all the different lifestyles we can pursue, and they're probably far easier to achieve than you think. Some people think that they can't go travelling because they can't get time off work, they don't have the money, they can't afford to just quit their job and go travelling for 6 months or however long they want to do it for. And actually there's lots of different ways you can go about it these days, especially since the pandemic. I met so many people on the road who work for companies and have talked to their boss and have asked, hey, is it okay if I go away for a few weeks or a few months? I'll still work during the time zone, I'll still get all my work done, I just won't be in the country. And their bosses have said, well, okay, because so many people work remotely anyway since the pandemic and all the lockdowns, that it's really not much difference as long as you get your work done. So you never know what your boss might say. Also, you could start a side hustle, start your own business. I know it's not that easy, believe me, but my whole Digital Nomad Academy goes into all of this, which you can find at traveltransformationcoach.com/academy. But even I didn't realize just how many ways there are of making money on the road, and meeting all these people has really changed my perspective on how anyone can really do this, even if it's only for a week or two or a few months a year. It doesn't have to be all or nothing when it comes to working remotely and traveling.
Since the start of the pandemic, many people have been reconsidering the ways in which they have fun. After a horribly isolating couple of years, we're now craving connection, community, and real deep conversation. We don't want to do the same old stuff every time we meet up with friends. We want something new, something different, something more. Enter the Flip the Script Party Packs. These digital party packs will help you flip the script on your usual parties and flip the script on your lives. Yes, this is self-development, but not as you know it. When you buy a Flip the Script Party Pack, you'll get taken to a super secret page on our online portal where you'll be guided through your very own Flip the Script party with videos, fun worksheets, and printables to help you throw the best Flip the Script party ever. There's a party pack for everyone and every situation. Mindset makeover, business bestie, life goals and legacy, birthday boost, hen do hootenanny, and team building takeover. All designed to help you have a great time in a fun, collaborative setting. They're also perfect for when you're meeting people on the road and you want to get to know your new travel buddies. Small talk's dead. It's time to get deep with a Flip the Script party. Just head to traveltransformationcoach.com/party to purchase, or get all 6 party packs free when you sign up to the Flip the Script Academy at traveltransformationcoach.com/academy. And now let's get back to the Travel Transformation Podcast.
Number 5 is I am way too hard on myself personally and professionally, and I'm learning slowly to break that habit. I'm sure a lot of people can relate, being hard on yourself, certain personality types in particular, like perfectionists, type A, pretty much me. We can be really hard on ourselves and we don't have to be. Number 6 is that the world is a lot bigger and a lot smaller than we think it is. The connections you can find between people and countries is amazing. And the more people you meet and make friends with, the bigger your world becomes. I now have invites to go and meet friends that I've met traveling all over the world, several different countries, and I fully intend on taking them up on it. And yeah, it just shows you how, obviously the world is a big place, but I came across so many people while traveling who knew friends of friends or had connected in some way before going to the co-living place, and since then a lot of the people I met in the Basque Country have met up in their own countries and various other places, sometimes by planning it and sometimes just by coincidence. So it really does show you how small the world is. Number 7 is that living and working together and sharing amazing experiences with others creates an almost instant bond. I've lived with people for 2 weeks that I feel I've known my entire life, and I felt that in many of the places I've been to. Especially if you're working together, and especially in the Basque Country when we were kind of cut off from civilization a little bit, you're forced to spend a lot of time with these people, and fortunately there were no annoying people there, unless I'm the annoying one and I didn't realise it. But it really does create a very strong bond, and I know that in the future when I meet up with a lot of these people, that bond will still be there. Number 8 is that after travelling solo and constantly pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, the things that used to make you anxious or nervous don't seem like such a big deal anymore. This is because leaving your comfort zone on a regular basis increases your confidence in all areas of life immensely. I talk about comfort zones a lot because I used to stay in mine all the time, and it isn't until you start pushing yourself out of your comfort zone that you see just how much you can achieve. And yeah, the things that used to make me nervous or terrified in terms of public speaking don't seem that bad anymore. And the little things I used to worry about, I don't worry about them anymore. Like, I've got bigger things to focus on now, and the little things don't seem that bad. Number 9 is that most of the places I've visited so far haven't been on my travel bucket list, which believe me, is long. I've gone to these places because of the co-working spaces and opportunities available, or because of the people I've met on my travels and I want to see them again. And as a result, I found so many places I love that I otherwise wouldn't have even heard of. And I'm definitely going to keep this in mind going forward, booking trips and leaving space and time free, so that if I do meet people who invite me places, or if we decide to go travelling together somewhere else, then I have that space to book things. I don't want to be chock-a-block for the next 2 years and not give myself any grace to change plans or try different things or go to different countries that I had not considered going to before. And number 10 is that travelling is the best, easiest and most fun form of networking I've ever done. I'm building up a network of incredible people doing incredible things, and nothing is more inspiring than seeing where they're all going and what they're doing next. Obviously, we keep in touch on WhatsApp and Instagram and things like that, and it's just great seeing how everyone is living their lives, basically, thinking outside the box, working remotely, travelling to different places, meeting new people, trying new things. It really inspires me to keep going with my own digital nomad journey. I mean, there are so many more than these 10 that I've talked about, but those were just the 10 that came to mind when I started doing this list a few months ago, which was directly after my stay in the Basque Country. And I'm sure I will learn so many more things in the future as I continue to solo travel. And remember, if you solo travel, you're usually not solo for long. I mean, I went to Spain on my own, and I immediately met up with 15 or 16 people in a house, my new housemates. And since then, I met people in co-living places, in Airbnbs, on group tours, and I've met up with people again that I've met in the co-living places. And yeah, a lot of the time when I'm traveling solo, I don't feel that solo. Especially these days with technology, and you can just, video call someone if you're feeling lonely. I'm going to do a whole other episode about this, about how to not feel like you're solo when you're traveling solo, so that will be coming up in the future. But for now, that was my very quick episode about 10 ways solo travel has changed my life. If you are a solo traveller and you have found that it's changed your life in different ways, I would love to hear from you what you think it has done for you and what it can do for other people. So please DM me on Instagram. I'm at Travel Transformation Coach, and you can also email me at info@traveltransformationcoach.com. Okay, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Travel Transformation Podcast with me, Jessica Grace Coleman. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review, and spread the word if you have friends or family who also want to transform through travel. You can find out more about me at traveltransformationcoach.com or on Instagram at traveltransformationcoach. Thanks again, and until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side.